In my discussions with people across Black YouTube who are unfamiliar with some of the thought processes of us men who are in the Black manosphere, and many Black men, and even men in general, regardless of age or race, there is this particular wave for those brothers who can afford it or who are able to do it. You notice that Black men are leaving out. Black men are leaving out. Other men are leaving out. But in particular, Black men. And the spots that they are going to, the Brazils, the Colombias, some brothers are settling in Europe. Some brothers are settling even in Africa. But when you come back and ask the question, why? Many people who don't agree with Black men leaving or men in general leaving, going to other places, they're saying things like, they can't handle a strong woman. They're not ready for a Black woman. They're bums. They're just choosing a lady of another race and all of that. And even Black men who date women from other races in the United States. Oh, they're just running away from their community. But let's just be honest here when we're talking about Black dating. In the Black community, if you're an African American male, you cannot be a nice guy. And some women typically respect you. Being a nice guy in the Black community doesn't work, all right? Being a nice guy dating in the Black community is not something that typically works. What typically happens is you have to somehow gain this persona. You have to gain some sort of attitude, act like you don't like them, act like you're not interested in them, ignore their text messages and things like this. You have to adapt an unusual personality so that you can deal with women in the Black community, as so that you're not being weak, okay? And it's like you have to adopt this, which is really backwards, right? If you think about it. If I'm dating in the Black community, I have to run asshole game for the most part. It's not that I can just go, and for the most part, it doesn't matter if the woman is educated. And I'm not saying this is for all situations, but it definitely is enough of those situations where Black men can go out and they can meet an African American woman and they can come out and be genuinely who they are. They can be a compassionate man, and that woman reciprocates it. That's not how it works. You got to be playing hard to get. You got to be acting like you ain't really tripping off them like that. All right? You got to make them chase you. Okay? And although certain elements of all cultures might do this, in the Black community, it's amplified. That's why the saying goes, if white people get the sniffles, Black folk get the flu. But see, here's something that's different. And I've noticed this, even though I don't date interracially, but I have noticed this. I'm not going to lie. When you're amongst other groups and other communities, I'm living in Poland. I can tell you that this is something that's appreciative. You go into certain elements of the white community in the United States and date their women, Asian women, Indian women. You can actually be a nice person, a nice guy. Tell a woman that, I'm really nice and I really appreciate that. And the woman pays attention to you. But typically what happens even in the Black community, Black women, not all, but enough of them, don't pay attention to the guys who actually are interested in them, but pay attention more to the guys who are talking bad about them. And they're more interested in those guys who have maybe, I'm not as interested, or I'm sort of pejorative. And those guys are the ones that get the most attention. And a lot of sisters spend their time on them because, see, to them, that's a challenge. All right. You can even look here on the internet, on YouTube. The guys that are uplifting Black women, I can tell you this for a fact. Look at the videos. man, I really love sisters. I really want to be with sisters. I'm really elevating sisters and all of that. No views. You will never see sister support in those videos. You're just not going to see it. Now, if you're a guy, you're calling out BFF, you're calling them hair hats, you're calling them this and that, guess who's getting the most play? Whether you like it or not, those are the guys, all right? Those are the guys that are typically getting a lot of the black female support. Not the guys, right? And I'm just saying, to be honest, and those are the guys that don't change their message, right? Because they're standing on what they have to say. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I'm just being honest. If you're talking about them in a way, you're calling out their stuff, all right, sisters have a little bit more respect for you if you're saying that than if you're trying to tell them, I love you. I want to be with you. So black men have figured that this is a little bit backwards, right? Why do I, and this is the question that every black man asks himself, why do I have to belittle you or act like I don't like you to get your damn attention? Why? Why do I got to go through all of these, jumping all over these humps, When I go to other communities and deal with women that maybe not even from the black American culture, and I'm dealing with certain people, I could just come in and I can just be myself, and it's already reciprocated. And then, you're going to hear all kind of excuses. Well, it's white supremacy, it's the legacy of slavery, it's the legacy of, Shahzabeh Ali, Shabazz, Osiris pointed this out in his book. Listen, man, black men are tired of hearing that, all right? Listen, we're tired of hearing about racism for everything. Every documented story. What happened in the 1952 Bill of Rights or whatever. Black men are tired of hearing that, okay? What we are tired of, for a lot of brothers that are frustrated, is, hey, you're nice. I like you. I think you like me. Let's do something together. Let's build something together. And I'm going to tell you what it is. A lot of times, sisters, I think what happens is a sister really has the inclination, like, I really like this guy. This guy is really for me. But for whatever reason, I'm influenced by a bunch of chicks who probably don't think that this guy is cool. They're not going to think of him in the same light. So because I do like him, I kind of like him, I'm kind of halfway like him. And I'm going to play these games, And now we playing tag. It's almost like, sometimes for you to get the respect, now all of a sudden I cut you off, and now you wouldn't do right before, but now you want to do right now, okay? I blocked you, and all of a sudden now you sorry. Brothers get tired of that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be the one to big up other groups of people. And other groups of people definitely have their problems. I think that this problem, though, is a little bit more of a turnoff, though, because it's like we as black men, because we adopt, when you're dealing with in the black community when dating, you have to adopt a I don't give a damn attitude. I have to put on this armor of self-defense because I don't want to look like I'm too soft. Or I don't want to express myself to you. And then when you get a woman that does come around, because you've been putting on that armor too long, it's hard to go backwards. A lot of black men say, you know what, man, I'm kind of done dating the black community. And now, because of this, I'm going wherever I'm going. I might be going to Africa. I might be going to the Caribbean. I might be going to the white community or whatever. But the problem is a lot of brothers are tired of having to pretend like they don't like you to get you to like them. And you're going to say, well, you're just dealing with the wrong group of women. And I hear that and I laugh at you. Because the wrong group of women, that's typical of the attitude that that's kind of how it goes in black America. All right. Every brother knows what I'm talking about. They know that I'm right. That typically is how it is. All right. You have to act like you don't like them for them to like you. Unless they really, really like you. But for the most part, it's like, that's what dating's like in Black America. It's hell, okay? For a lot of black men, this is what they're experiencing. I will say this for, black people that want to get together or whatever. A man shouldn't have to come down to the level where if you feel that you have to chase him around to get him to like you, and that's what's turning you on. If a man can't genuinely be nice to you and you can't even appreciate it, then there's something wrong with you. And we have a lot of people that need healing from that psyche. And that is a problem in Black America. It really is. So, guys, if you know what I'm talking about, drop me a line, comment, like, share, hit the bell. Subscribe to me. Shout out to everybody holding me down on the Patreon. I really appreciate it. Patreon.com/Negro Manosphere. And guys, as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. Don't forget to pick up your Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. Really appreciate you. First comment, the Teespring store is there, and I'm out.